Again. Hey guys, it's supermexicanmia. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is actually a part 2 or continuation video of what has happened between like my life since my last video. As you guys know, so if you don't know, basically you could watch the video somewhere up here. I'm going to like link it up there so you guys could watch that video if you wanna, if you don't know what's been happening. I want to get caught up, right? Because this might be a little bit like different, but if you don't really need to watch it, well, I would suggest watch it. But essentially, my boyfriend at the time cheated on me last month, and it was a really horrible experience. But I don't want to get into all those details. But basically, this is after the day that he cheated on me, that March 4th, I think, Saturday, and this is basically the days that followed up. And then the weeks have followed up until now. Today is March 20th, Monday. So right now it's like around 5-ish o'clock, like late afternoon, evening, early evening time. I was super damaged. So right now I am more like evening, so it's like I'm looking at things from different perspectives now. So yeah. So basically I filmed everything that day. Obviously no one knew what I was going through because for 2 days I think I was just like, my own stuff. I made the video, but I was still editing it. It was like March 5th, or 6th. Days passed by, March 7th. So prior to everything happening, I'm gonna reference him as Tony Chopper for now. Tony and I had a plan. He invited me to go watch the movie Scream. It was like an event for March 9th. It released March 10th, but we watched in the evening of March 9th. And the whole thing happened, and she did, and I broke with him. Obviously in my head I'm like, well, obviously that's not gonna happen anymore. All these plans that we made, they're not gonna happen anymore. He actually hit me up afterwards, I think on that Sunday, I believe it was like Saturday after, or Monday, I forgot, or Tuesday even, I completely forgot. He asked me, like, after that big text, he asked if I still wanted to go to the movies with him, and I said yeah. It was honestly like, I really, really wanted to go. Like, I was surprised that he was still texting me. Like, I didn't block him. And, like, honestly, before in my past relationships, I would have done that. I just instantly blocked, delete, unfollow, like, everything. But I don't know, I felt like I would be erasing, like, a way for him to reach out at me, So, obviously, if he wanted to, he could have emailed me or, like, made a fake account or, like, got a different phone number or something, But, like, obviously, like, I wanted to go with him, I mean, it was the original plan. So then I was just like, fuck, should I go? And then I was like, well, what if it's like not even worth it anymore? Like, obviously he fucking, like, that whole was so, that everything was so fresh. So I showed my sister and I was like, oh fuck. And I think I was editing the video like at this point, right? And then she was like, oh, like, well, do you want to go? And I was like, well, honestly, like, yeah, I do. I mean, that was the whole point when I said yes, because I didn't want to go with him to see that movie, his birthday stuff. But yeah, and I was like, I responded like asking like yes, like I'll go, or yeah, I'll go. What's like the date and time? And then he sent me like the location, the time, and and I was just like, I didn't respond. I just left it like that. And then after like that day, as you guys saw at the beginning of the video, I was like going off because on this specific day, this girl messaged me, and it was a girl that he was with me, but not like not in a relationship, just like a thing. People have like things or like a situationship. I call it situationship, or like a thing, or like, I don't know, like I don't know if you guys understand that reference or like that saying, but like you're not in a relationship with someone, where you're like in the talking stage in a way, I guess, I think. But like this girl messaged me, and it was a DM, like a requested thing. Again, this I could show you guys because some things I did keep, some things I didn't. I just delete. But this I kept because I was like, just in case I do make a video, I do want to talk about this. And I'm gonna call her Kmart. We'll just call this person Kmart. So Kmart requested, like, send me this big thing, basically saying that she watched. Oh, so at this point I did post my video, right? That saying that she watched my video and like that she told me all this stuff about them, and I was like really angry. I mean, you'll see these following clips. like what I was feeling at that moment. I really forgot kind of what I was feeling.
God, I was kind of getting good. My sister's not home. I can't tell. I want my other siblings at work. I don't want to bother them. My pet. So there was this girl that I noticed that she wasn't following me, and on my story I could tell that I could tell it says who followed me and who doesn't. Basically, there's this one person that I noticed, and I was like, she doesn't follow me. She's been watching my story lately, and I'm just like, it's like a little confusing because I like checked her followers that she follows, you know, him, and then like he follows her back. I noticed I thought they were like friends or something, maybe, but like I could tell, like, you know, like, maybe they had something. She's 21 though. Better, I guess. I was just checking my stuff because I just uploaded a video, and like, you know, everyone's watching it. My cousin messaged me. She sent me like a really sweet message, and then when like my friend, you know, well, you guys know them, my cousin Jocelyn and my friend John, like they messaged me. It's just like fuck. And I went on Instagram and checked my requested because you know I checked my requested, and then she messaged me, and then I'll show it here. Then I literally went into a fucking panic attack. I dead ass couldn't like breathe. I was having trouble breathing, but I'm still not sure if I am pregnant. So I was just trying to control myself as much as I could to not affect me if I am. So he's just been doing this stuff, this shit, and it's so fucking annoying. It's the same fucking thing. Like, you make these fucking girls feel so shitty. She's not even that younger than me, which sucks. And she hated me, and it's like, oh my, the girl, like, I would hate me too. Like, fuck. But it's just like ass. Because you make these people feel things for you, and then you just treat them like trash, like shit. Like, fuck you, man. So now it's just like, fuck, you know? I'm just literally telling myself, like, you're okay. I'm like, kind of like, you know, being my own, like, person right now. And it's ass, this sucks. Like, I was honestly already, like, kind of good. Like, I showered. Like, I was kind of, like, feeling better. Like, you know, I was actually, like, my place isn't messy anymore. Like, I'm, like, because I talked to my mom. Like, I FaceTime her, like, a day or two ago. I forgot. And then, like, basically, like, you know, she gave me advice. Like, we were talking about other stuff, too. Like, her stuff. Like, her, because she's, like, in the hospital. She gave me advice. And it was just, like, really special. And like, I miss her, man. I miss my mom. Because, like, you know, it's just, like, you need your mom for shit like this. It's so ass. And I have my sister, but, like, fuck. He messaged back, like, after. Like, we had, like, it was, like, there was, like, some text, like, after. I don't want to, like, really talk about that. But I, like, it was, like, a thing, and I was just, like, okay, like, not, like, maybe there's a chance of hope. There's, like, hope. And I talked to my mom, and she told me, like, basically, like, essentially, like, just you do you, like, what you feel you want to do in your heart. Like, just, cause she's like, I just want to see you happy. And I'm like, same. And then I had everything, like, good. I had something planned out, what to do, and, like, what to say, and, like, think, or, like, you know, tell him or something. And now this, you know, this girl, like, messages me, and I'm just like, bruh. Like, the emotion I was kind of, like, going, like, leaning towards, it was, like, more anger, which is, like, not good, but, like, I've never felt angry in my life, like, literally ever. Like, I don't get angry, man. I get sad. So then, like, shit like this happens, it infuriates me, like, so fucking much.
I forgot what the messages said at this point, but it was weird because I was like pretty fine because at this point I had showered, like I was good, like I was like okay, like I could actually kind of was like going back to myself again, right? That whole time I didn't shower and I wasn't really like I kind of ate, you know, but like I mean I was eating, it was pretty like okay, right? I was like, but you know, it was just bad. I was depressed. But at this point, I was like kind of giving myself up again, and then I got that message, and I was like, bro, like it all came crashing down, and I cried, and I was just like, oh my god, like. So at this point, I'm like hurt because like, I mean, I knew that like obviously, you know, I know the kind of person he is. Like I could you could just tell right off the bat that they're like a fuckboy type, you know, personality or like you know, but
I enjoyed being in his presence. Like, I like hanging out with him. I like, doing stuff with him. It was fun. But what this girl told me was like basically like that he goes to her, and she was like, and she noticed it was me or whatever. She was like, I hated you, but like not like hate you, but like you get me because yeah, basically what she said, and I think it just hurt a lot because I was like, how the fuck you do this to like women, like girls, like it's so fucked up. Like, it's just in my head, I'm just thinking like he has two younger sisters, and I know that his family has been through like a lot of shit too. Like the women in his family is just like his own mother. Like, it's like, do you not like care? Like, do you not take this shit into account? Like, girl, like the people that like hurt your people, like you're literally acting like those people that hurt. That like you're doing the hurting. So just like really fucked up. Like, you could have just like you shouldn't have ghosted her. Like, you could have like talked to me like, oh hey, like I met someone else, even though it is shitty, like to say that, but at least you're just telling them the truth. You're not just like leaving them without an explanation, especially if you like spent a good chunk of their lives with someone else, right? But yeah, I was just like that. I was just like, ugh. She was 21, so these next two people I'm going to talk about, they are like of age in a way, like you get me. Obviously, it doesn't take away from the fact that the fuck that he did this shit with a fucking like minor and like 16-year-old. But I'm going to get to that part later, right? And this might be a little long video actually. She requested me like the message. I checked it. I just screenshotted because I could open it and I could read the message without really like needing to open it. I checked maybe 3 or 4 minutes later. I was like, oh, you know what? I got a screenshotted it just in case. And then because I was like, too freaked out, too high emotion, and I actually had a panic attack. It was really shitty. I had a panic attack as soon as I read the message because I was like, oh fuck. Like, I was just hoping in my head, like heart in my head, like I hope it's not like another one, that like he cheated on me or like because I was the whole time I was like, oh, he probably cheated on me with like a shitload of people. Like, he probably had sex with a lot of people, and I was just like, oh my god, like looking like a complete dumbass, but like being in love with him. But but it was like before, but it still hurts. Obviously, I don't really care like who he was with before, but it's just like the fact that like you were with someone before and like you didn't really like acknowledge them at all, and it's like that would be I would feel super fucked up if someone did that to me. So obviously, I'm putting myself in the other person's place and like actually showing him like, hey, like this is the perspective, man. Like don't mind cuenta, you know, like hold yourself accountable for the shit that you do. That's all I'm asking at this point. Afterwards, a few minutes passed. I like checked again because I was like, oh, I'll just check to see like the message again, or like in person, actually opening Instagram, and she had deleted her message, like she unsent it in a way, basically, and I was just like, oh. Before that, I had noticed after we broke up or something, like I didn't really like I don't really care about this honestly, and I never really check. I only check literally. I just check if like certain people, like before it was mostly my boyfriend. If you watch my story, if not like my sister. But then there's this like thing that's like non-followers, like how many like a pie chart, no, a pie chart, something like that, like how many people like watch your story, like number of followers and then number of non-followers. Why are like a lot of non-followers watching my stuff? And I noticed it was Kmart that was watching it before she had sent the message, and I was like who is this? And I kept on looking at her profile, but like I never like found her or something. And I was just like, or like I didn't know who she was, and I was just like, But he followed her. Like, they followed each other, and I was just like, oh, bro, like this is the point that I was like, oh, like they probably had some shit going on, like while we were fucking together. But then eventually it was her that like she sent the message and everything. And I was like, oh, and then afterwards it's because I think she thinks that I didn't see the message and that she had sent that she's kind of like out of the clear or whatever, But I know who this person is, and they afterwards they followed me, and I was like, oh. Afterwards they did unfollow each other, I think. Like I kept on like obviously seeing his like Instagram and stuff like on daily, I was obviously always checking up his stuff like every single time, and like he would like decrease his like following whatever, but then I would be for what like literally for what, like we should have done this shit like before, like when we were in the relationship, or like like you could have like, but it was a past. But I was just like, bro, like it's like you try to make up for your shit for like now after you caused like you like really fucking hurt me, like it's like so dumb. But then yeah, but she followed me and I was like, that's hilarious. And she's just been watching my stuff since, because before I think she was just watching my story, and I think she was just like, might as well just follow because she doesn't know who I am. I do know. I just hope if she sees this video, or like she doesn't unfollow me, because I have nothing against her at all. Like if anything, like I understand her. Like I feel like her pain. Like I haven't really been in a situation like that, like a ghosting thing, but I like it would suck to be in that fucking position. Like see like this person that you're actually like thinking or like being with, not like being with, but like being with, thinking they might have like maybe some type of like future like relationship with. So he texted me afterwards asking again, like reassuring, like, hey, like, are you sure you're gonna come? And then at this point, because after the girl thing happened, I was just like, you know what, like I can't do this ever again. Like this is the last. Like if I do see him or if like anything happens, it does last. I'm going to see this fucking guy. So in my head, I told my sister that like what, I'm just gonna tell him like yeah, I'm gonna go, because at first I was like yeah, I do want to go, because obviously a part of me wanted to like reconcile, like or like at least try something to be like, hey, you know what, like I don't even know, maybe be friends or be like, obviously I wanted a relationship, it just because I'm not the one that did shit. I was the one that was like in love and shit, but okay. So then um yeah, so then I was just like, you know what, like I'm just gonna say I'm gonna go, but I'm not gonna go. Like I'm literally gonna be like, hey, like I'm like 5 minutes away or whatever, and then he'll be like, oh okay, and I'm just gonna be like, oh, you know what, actually, like I'm not gonna fucking go. Or like I'm not actually, like I changed my mind. Like if you have all this money like to fly out someone else or whatever, like you could Uber like another fucking bitch and like you could watch like a movie with them. Like I don't give a fuck. You can watch it by your fucking self. I don't really care about what you do with your life anymore, because like you fucked it up. Like you fucked us up. But then I was just like I was like being like, but that sounds so petty to do, and I understand, like obviously he deserves the worst at this point, right? I mean, like but but that's not the type of person I am. I've never really been like a petty ass fucking bitch. Like as much as I really try to be, or as much like as I want to be, it's not like my type of like personality or like my vibe. Like I like yeah, you hurt me, but like what good does it do me if I hurt you? Like it's like revenge or some shit like that. You're getting even. It's like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep on doing me. Like I'm just gonna work on myself, be the best person I can be. And like, you did your own shit, you did your own like damage to people, so it's like you're the one that's gonna be lonely in the end, not me. Like I have like all my pets, I have my family. I'm fucking awesome. Yeah, you go. But like, like it's like I'm not the one that's like obviously I have shit going on. Obviously, everyone does. But like I'm not gonna fucking cause the pain like that to someone. Like, I'm loyal as a bitch. I have shit, but like in the past, But like it wasn't what he did. It was completely different. I might make a video about this like later on, but it was in middle school, like going on in high school. So that's completely different though. But like that's the only time I have, and ever since then, obviously, like I had my own demons. I did my own shit. I did my own like shadow work shit. Like I worked through my shit like for so long. So anyway, besides that point, I'm fucking like I'm amazing. Like I won't hurt anyone else. So it's like I will find someone else. Like at this point, that's my mindset. Like I really don't care what you do with your life. Like you're no longer important to me. But obviously I'm not gonna be like a rude ass bitch and do that to him, leave him like stranded, or like how like poner like los cuernos, some shit like that in Spanish. You get me? So then I'm just like, nah, I want to go. Like I want to watch the movie. I want to like go with him. If anything, I'll just like see what he has to say to me. So like at least that, and at least I'll get a movie out of it. Just like the last day or like last time I will forever see him. Then like I'll just make it. It'll be fun. At least like you know, yeah. Like when you say goodbye to someone, it's like sad or like mad or angry. It's like at least we'll watch a movie, And so yeah, I agreed that I'm gonna go. Just keep on asking me like if I am sure that I will go, and I'm like, yes, I will fucking go. Like shut the fuck up, like girls, you're gonna make me change your mind. Like I said this in my head, but like this screenshot, and at this point, I took off his profile picture and like deleted his like name from the number, just so I don't have like another like emotional connection or like remember, so I'm just like, oh, this is just another person, another number, like just keep it in your head that it's like obviously I know it's him, but it's like
Alright. I really just want to explain myself right now. So, the first thing I want to say is I'm only asking if if you're sure if you want to go with me, is because I don't think I could like look at you in the eyes, or like I don't know if like you even want to be around me, because you're literally the only person I want to text and that I want to take to the movies with me to go see Scream. Like I literally bought a whole new outfit just to spend time with you. Like like literally I went crazy for everything just to be good for that day. But I just I just don't know if you would want to go with me anymore because of it. Like ever since that day, I've literally just haven't left my room except right now. Like I have not been out of my house, out of my room. I even I've just been thinking about you. All right. So that's why I'm want to make sure if you do want to go or not, because I absolutely want to see you. All right.
He just wants to be sure and like that, like he said that he bought like because he would always buy me stuff, but like it's like at this point, like in my head, I was like, I hope he doesn't think that it's like just because you buy me things, like those things will make up for what you did, because they won't ever make up for what you did, you know. And like I'll appreciate all things you get me forever and ever, but it's like they won't even put a dent like at all into what the fuck you like did to me. So he said this. I told him I already told you I'm going, because I kept fucking telling him like I'm going to fucking go. And he was, I know, but like I just want to make sure. I'm on my lunch if you want to call me. And then I'm just like, are you like in my head? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you know. But yeah, yeah. And then he was like, would you want to talk on the phone while I'm at work or no? And then I said I'd rather wait until we see each other face to face. I would be like super like quiet about my like text, basically like super like one sentence, one phrase is type of shit. Like I'm not gonna, I don't want to have a long conversation with you, girl. Like, you know. And then this part, because he said, "All right, I was just asking because it felt good to hear your voice." And I just keep on like basically texting me, telling me that if like I want to call, I can call, right? And I wrote this big thing, and I'll show you this screenshots of those. Basically, like y'all can read it. But essentially, it bothered me because it's like I feel like at this point too, he just thinks that we're like not. It's just like I felt that, you know, like, oh, like before, like, oh, I'm at work, you want to call? It's just like it's not that, bro. Like, what the fuck, like, and also at this point, we haven't really talked about like what the fuck happened. Like, he would just be, you know, it'd more be for the movies, you know. So then it's just like obviously this whole time I'm just like expecting like I'm sorry, you know, from him. But like, yeah, he did apologize like throughout that stuff, like his voice message, and like afterwards we did a phone call, and here's a slight interaction of that. What's your point? Like, what do you mean never mind? What do you want? You're the one that did this.
I know, but it's your call.
Why? How is it my call?
It's your call if you want me to stay in your life, or if you just want to come here.
Also want to do something, you could just like say that you want to do something too. It's not always up to me too. Like, what do you want? Did you want to like just like leave it like that, or did you actually just want to like try to fix something?
What is it?
Never mind.
No, like, what were the two things you said? Like, right now, like, before I said, hold on.
Do you want to fix anything?
Yeah, I do want to fix it.
Why?
I don't know, I just do.
You don't know why you want to fix anything?
Because I like you.
You like me?
Yes, I do. But I'm leaving it up to you since I'm the one who fucked up. Wait, can you even hear me good?
Yeah, I can.
Alright.
You know I hate you so much.
I know.
You know? I hate you because I can't hate you.
What do you mean?
Because you just like me, but I'm in love with you. Like, I would do anything for you, and I fucking hate you. You literally just said because you want to fix things because you like me.
Dude, literally today I packed my lunch today and it was literally what we ate that night in the car.
And?
Like literally, I just can't stop thinking about you.
Well, I mean, you stopped thinking about me when you were messaging people, so I really don't fucking.
Okay then. Okay. I bet then.
And you lied. You did go out. I saw you moving last night.
No, I didn't. I went outside. The most I went is to my driveway.
Right.
Or to the shop. But I walked in.
I know.
Were you looking at my location?
I just.
Oh, that's why I put it on.
Okay.
Just know I'm sorry.
I know you said it, but how do I know that you are actually sorry by your actions? What are you gonna do?
I don't know, but I'm gonna have to think of something. Just know that I will show you that I didn't mean.
Okay. All right. I'll see you Thursday then.
Alright, I'll see you Thursday.
Okay, so it's the day of March 9th. We're kind of having a little bit of problem because he told me that like he'll meet me. I was like, I could go actually in the morning. Like, I was like, hey, like I could go, but I don't have a ride. Like I thought I had a ride, but like I don't. Basically, like, my sibling or my father couldn't take me. So I'm like, I can't really go, and I don't really want to take the train because at this point too, I was vomiting like a lot and having a lot of nausea and like headaches. Like I was super like bad. Like so, my mom would told me like, hey, I don't really want you taking public transportation in case by yourself in case anything happens. So then he told me like, oh, you know what? I'll just go and then come back. We could go back, together. And I was just like, oh, okay. And I was just imagining myself like talking to him on like public transportation. I'm just like, but like whatever. And then afterwards, he was like, hey, you know what? I'll just get you a lift to my house, and from there we can go to like the movies, because the movies was like near his place more than my place. I get there, I'm like, fuck, like, like I just at this whole time, it's like I don't know how the fuck this is gonna go. Like, when you come up with your head, like when you're like anxious, you're nervous, you're like excited about something. Like you come up with all these scenarios. You're like, oh, this is how it's gonna go. Or like, oh, what if I react like this? Or what if this happens? Blah blah blah. Like all these things were going in my head, and I was just like I don't know. Like this, this is the first time I'm going to see him. Like last time we hung out, right? But obviously we hung out, it was good. I didn't want to like be, right in front of his house. So I was like, fuck, how the fuck are we gonna go? Okay, I just walk up a little bit. I tell him, hey, I'm here, basically, right? I think I just said I'm here, period, or some shit like that. And I wait there for like maybe like 2 minutes. I hear some footsteps. I'm like, fuck, it's him. I don't even know. I think either my heart was beating. I don't think it was beating fast. I think it was being fast or it sunk. I don't know. I just felt like a slight chill over my body because I was angry. And I'm just like, like I was all these like emotions, but like the top one was angry, but it wasn't like anger. It was just like anger / disappointment, but more like a little like annoyed anger-ish, that type of anger. I turn around, or he's like, hey, or I turn around, and then he's like, hey. And then I saw his eyes. I saw his face. I saw his hair again for the first time. It felt like again. And then I saw his face. He had a screen like wool like basketball or like jersey thing on for the screen. And then because I was like, fuck, I don't want to see your family. Like at this point, I don't even know if he told them or anything. So then I was just like, and I was like, oh, you haven't told them. He's like, no, like, and I was like, so they think that like, you know, you're good. He's like, yeah, they think we're good. And I'm like, okay, like, fuck. And I was like, you know what, like, yeah, like I'll just go in because he was just leaving. I was like, no, like I'll go. And then I was like, okay, get some water because I was like feeling like my emotions were all over the place. So I just needed some water to like cool me down a little, or like make me feel slightly better. So then university, I forgot. And then like, you know, we said hi, and then they were so cute, and I missed them like so much. I think his mom and his sister were in the kitchen, but I still feel awkward. Or at this point, I still felt super awkward saying hi like to his mom, like anyone. So I didn't say. And I always feel like really rude. But it's just like I just get like a little slightly intimidated, you know, because it's his mom. It's like the woman that gave birth to him. We started walking, and then we were just like talking about everything. We were just asked, like Loki the whole time. And he saw me cry, and then like I can tell that he felt really bad. It's just like I know you feel bad, but I felt horrible about the whole like situation shit. Like I don't really want to get into too much detail about what we talked about. But, like what we talked about it though. We talked about us walking. Yeah, and I didn't really want him to touch me. And I think when I first saw him too, like I think he I don't know if he put his hand. I forgot. I don't know if he wanted to hug her or something, or just caress me or something. I was just like, don't touch me because that was just like my first like instinct. Like I really did not want him to touch me because I didn't know if he was like with someone else physically too, or if it was just a girl. Like it was just so many like questions I had, so many things I put in my head. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like throughout the whole day, it's like I felt like I did get the closure I needed, at least to like say goodbye, you know. Because at this point, I'm like, okay, like I obviously don't want to be with him, but it's like this isn't like it's just too much. Like I need more time, you know, to like think about the whole thing of what I want, and if he actually doesn't want this, if he wants to be with me, or if he just wants to go back to his old ways. We went to the movies. It was a really good movie. Scream. What is it? 657. I don't even know what Scream thing it is, but it was Scream's latest Scream movie. It was really fun. I highly recommend it if you haven't gone to seen it. And then these are some pictures, and I took these in the restroom because I was like feeling myself, you know. And I actually eventually did post it. Hilarious. Like at this point too. Like this is still going to be always in the back of my head. But like I'm just remembering how I felt back then because I thought I was really like gonna say goodbye to him. Like I was never gonna like see him ever again. So I was like, fuck, this sucks. But like, you know, like if it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. Like this will be the last time. Like I will never see him again. But if it isn't, then like, you know. But I don't know. Like this is it. Like it sucks and it's sad. Because the next time, if I would have seen him, it would have been on his birthday. But I can't go out. Like I can't do anything. Like it's too much for me to make effort to go. So it's like I can't do that. It's myself. I can't like keep on like putting like other people on like first than me, especially someone who hurt me that bad. So yeah, we said goodbye. I said goodbye. March 10th. This is that night. This is a screenshot I took because it meant a lot what he said. And he would just be talking about like his birthday, about like basically wanting to spend with me or like, you know, something like that. But I liked the way he said this at night, late night, and it turned to March 11th, early as morning. He sent me videos of himself smoking, and he would always said that. And then a part of me was just like I felt like he was thinking like we were okay now, or like it's fine, like everything is kind of getting back to normal. And it's like that felt like kind of a big fuck you, or like kind of being like I could cheat on you, and then like you're still gonna take me back. So then at this point I was just like I can't. Like, I need time. I can't really talk to you at all, especially at this time. I didn't know if I was pregnant or not. So then I was like, and then afterwards I sent him this big thing, kind of basically being like, I can't do this. Like, I need more time for myself. I need to think. Like, the next time I'll text you, it'll be like when I know if I am pregnant for sure, because that'll be like, that'll also have a lot to do with other stuff. So, and I had a Planned Parenthood appointment on next Thursday from the March 9th. I forgot the date now. I blocked him, and I told him I would block him. Like, I'm gonna block you on everything. Like, I'm sorry. Like, anytime. And then I remember being like, I know I can't text him on his birthday. I know I can't like, I know I can't interact with him in any way, shape, form. But like this whole time, I was just like, the whole time I was acting crazy because I missed him so much. But then I was also like, I fucking hate him. Like I was going insane. I would like laugh and like I don't know where. Like I was going insane, honestly. But the whole thing, basically, it's like if he could, he would like just like show up and like tell me that it's gonna be fine. Like he wants to try. Like him come like here like to where I am. Like him making an effort. Like a physical of being like, hey, I choose you. Like I want to be with you. Like. Alright, so then it's the day of his birthday, and I told my sister, like, hey, I really want to, like, text him, or, like, you know, at the point, I'm, like, still waiting to get my period, too. And she was like, fine, you can message him, like, around 12 or 1 or something like that. And I was just like, okay. I hit, and then I sent him the message, because I was just typing up the message that whole time. I sent the message around, on his birthday, around 12 or 1-ish, maybe. And at this point, I blocked him and everything, but I could still see his location. And I noticed that he was like taking the train somewhere, and it was kind of like the way to get to my place. But I was like, nah, you're just overthinking it. Like he would never do that. Like he would never go out to like see you today, especially on his birthday. Like he's probably gonna go out and see like another bitch or something. I sent it to him. He never really replied. He doesn't have a red, you know, the on red thing. I could just tell. Yeah, I could just tell, you know, it's feeling. Basically, I went to go walk my dogs for like 15 to 20 minutes. We were like out there for a good while, and I was like, kind of looking over my shoulder, like if he would come, and I was like, nah, like don't like false hope or like high hopes, and then because you're just gonna ruin it like for yourself, you know. So then I just went home, and then my sister called me and she said, hey, like, can you check if there's like a package like Amazon or something? Like maybe I was like, oh no, there's not. Like I just came back from walking the dogs. She was like, oh maybe like, are you sure? Because sometimes they throw it like out like at this one certain part in front of our apartment. Because people get lazy to bring it all the way up to the upstairs. And then I went back there and I checked. I was like, no, there's not. And then I looked, and before that, I was one of my daughters that got like a PDF thing. I think I could show you this here. This is what he sent me. I read like halfway, and then that's when my sister called me, and I went outside. And then I was like, there's no package. I was about to go inside when I saw like him, but it was like, I was extremely like shook. Like I saw him like about to come upstairs, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I was like trying to scurry back in, so I didn't have to see him. But he was like there, you know, like he was at my fucking like house. I opened the door, but my three like Kai Bonita and Marley, and 3 dogs were like obviously excited to see him because they recognized him like by his scent, and they were excited. And I was like, "Fuck, I can't close the door. Like I can't close the door." So then I was just like, just come in because he was already like up the stairs. And then I was like, and I told my sister, like, there's no package. I was just shook that he came on his birthday, you know, like, I was just shook that he came at all. I was just shook, like, insanely shook. I had, like, no words. Everything I was feeling up at this point, like, building up, or, like, all, like, this, like, all, like, these feelings, it just went away once I saw him, like, again. Like, completely different from the last time, like, March 9th I saw him. Because this is now March 13th I'm seeing him. He brought me flowers, he brought me roses, like, a dozen roses, and I still have them in my room. He brought me food, Del Taco. He brought me other like small gifts. He brought me like some really cool shorts and like this cool dope like shirt. He looked really nice. I was just shook, like super shook. It was like as if we were hanging out again. Like it was cool, you know. But then also like with the intention, obviously, of him saying like that he's obviously sorry because I was just like getting everything ready so we could eat. And he grabs me from behind, like grabs me. He hugs me from behind, and he said that he's sorry. And I was just like, fuck, you know. And it felt like, you know, when you want something to happen and it actually happens, like it's like a big ass scenario you form in your head, and you're like, fuck, I really hope this happens. Like I had so many like different like people I've been with, like, hey, maybe this is a way we can like stay together. This is a way we can fix something, but it never happened. Well, the most part of it was because the other person never really wanted to try. but I always did. Like I had the like, intention of always trying. But obviously, like a relationship doesn't work with someone like always here and you're just like full like kind of like a movie, you know, in a way. But like it felt crazy, like real, like holy fuck. Like the whole time I was like, I literally can't believe like he's here. I was like, not even if this is a dream. It's just like, is this like am I gonna get pranked or some shit? But yeah, and then I gave him his presents and I posted him on my story. And it was just nice to see him again, you know. And then he left eventually, but it felt nice like that he did that. Obviously, it doesn't take away the fact, you know, what he did. But it was nice knowing that he at least felt like, you know, that he wanted to like do it and he did it. What he did was like, you know, it was horrible and he did it, you know. It's just like it's always gonna hurt. It's always gonna be in the back of my mind, and I'm always gonna feel like shit. And I'm always gonna feel shitty, and I'm always gonna feel bad. But I just want him to like own up for himself. I kind of want to make himself like I want him like to at least feel like obviously remorse, and he does feel it, but it's just like to own up and like to apologize, like when he hurt, and like to like just take action, like make himself a better ass person, you know, because I know he's like an amazing person. It's just like he just has bad moments, and like this was a really bad moment, a really bad moment. It was a shitty ass moment actually. God, I hate thinking about this shit. I hate going back to like those feelings. Because like I'm not like healed from it, so it's obviously still aches like so much. It's like the knife is still in there. It's like whenever I talk about it, it's like I'm not even like pulling it out. I'm just like kind of twisting it more. But yeah, like a part of me was just like, oh, I know people are gonna like say shit to me or like I don't know, you know. Obviously, because that shit affects me too. Like I because I like being on social media. Obviously, like people say it does affect me to a certain degree, but I don't let it like ruin my life though, you know. So it was just like shitty, like getting certain messages from people commenting on like something, people sending me like really mean and rude messages, and like obviously I understand like you're entitled to your own opinion, you know, about the whole thing, but it is like a part of me was always like, this is my life, like bruh, like y'all are like living like you guys aren't the one going through this. You're just like spectators on my life, and it's like yeah, obviously not my own fault, but like it is my own like doing. I do have everything broadcasted basically, but because like that's how I'm comfortable. Like this is like my like therapy in a way. Like talking to that camera, talking to you guys, you know, like editing, like painting, like it all, like you're writing all these songs. Like that's my shit. You guys have your therapist. You guys have your like friends you talk to. I don't have like friends like talk to like that because I feel really uncomfortable. Like I'm in love with this person. And I knew that they would hurt me, like in some way, you know. I just didn't think they would hurt me like this way. So it's like I'm obviously going back to a person that's hurt me like super bad. But like obviously, I'm not being dumb about going back with them. Like I'm going back with them with the intention of like, you know, making it way better than before. And because this person is showing me that they are changing and like they are wanting to be like better, like for themselves and like and for me, and like this is to make everything better again, or better than like it was before. But a lot of my family were like is being really supportive about it, which is good, you know, because everyone's watching my shit, you know. It's like he's a really good person, guys. He did this like thing is so shitty. But like I was never lying that like like I love him. Like you know, I love him. And then you know all of these actions that he did like you know, especially on his birthday, like it made it easier to make a decision of what I wanted to do, you know, which was like if I was pregnant, like, or if I wasn't pregnant, like no matter what, like I would want to stay with him and like try to make it work like way better than it was before, like not even like no yeah, try to make it work, but like consistently be working on it, like you know, like together. Like I still want him in my life, but like I know I can't have him as like just a friend. because like he was my like he is my best friend. And it's not because like I'm lonely or whatever. Like I said, like I would be fine without him. I was fine without him before. I will be fine without him, like no matter what. But it's just like a different thing, like with him for some reason. Like it really feels kind of like incomplete without him. So anyone else, I could have moved on easily from, or at least moved on eventually from. With him, it was just like it was different. So yeah, I don't know how to explain it. But if you get me, I hope you get me. So basically, after that, like we followed each other. I unblocked him on everything. Like it was all good. Not all good, but like it was starting to get slightly like better. Not how it was like before, but like obviously it's like it felt like building something. You just dropped it so you start all the way from the bottom, or like you did this, you literally almost, or you're working on this like amazing, beautiful piece, and then someone just like slathers it in like black, or strong dark, or like purpley red, so you have to start over again. So I felt like that. At least you didn't like just stop, or you just didn't leave it like that. So then so this whole time I would get like pregnancy tests too and try and test myself. I did take one on March 9th, I believe, or March 10th. It came out negative, but it was super early to tell. So then I took it again on his birthday, but that was an inconclusive one. So I was like, fuck, I don't fucking know.
So it's the day of the Planned Parenthood thing, that Thursday. In the morning, because I wake up early usually, like 5:45 to like 7-ish, like around there, mostly like basically 5 to 6 I wake up. I see that I got this request, and okay, so this whole time in my head I'm just waiting to get another fucking request thing, fucking talking about Tony or like something about him, and then it's gonna shatter everything again. I'm not hoping it, but I'm just like always like having that like pendiente, that pending of like some other shit's gonna fucking come up, and like it's just gonna make it like ruin it again, So then this person messaged me, I show you this in the requested thing, and then again I'm like slightly shattered again, because this person said that Tony recently hit them up. So now I'm thinking that Tony messaged them while we were broken up, or after we basically like talking, or like we were trying to like work it out, because the whole time obviously in my head I'm trying to work it out, but obviously we were broken up. When you're broken up, I understand, because I've done this too. Like I'll just go back to like, or I'm just gonna like fuck the next person or something, just so I can get my mind off of things, or like you're just gonna start talking to other people, or like just so you could like get your mind off things, or just try to forget the person you're with, or I don't know what. I was trying to move on as fast as you can. Like I understand that. So then I was just like, you know what? If it is while we were broken up, like it's not like fine, but like I understand why you would do something like that. I didn't. I didn't talk to anyone. How could I talk to anyone? Like, because I was still in love with him like so much. So it's like I would never, like, I did that before, like to move on. Like that's like one of the reasons why I like started having like sexual relations back then in my past, like because I couldn't move on from Lee, even though I was in other relationships after him, but I couldn't move on, so I just needed like. And then the other thing happened with what did I name him? The other person from the other video. So it's like I just started doing stuff with other people to keep my mind off of, like, how hurt I was from all those other people, and it never helped, because it's just like when it's a spiritual thing, so I was just ruining it for myself. But but besides that doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but that's for a different thing. But I wasn't talking to anyone. All I was doing was like crying and like trying to paint and like working on myself, like trying to make myself feel better and like trying to heal. So then this person said that they were like messaging them, so it like slightly shattered me again, because it's like Alright, so essentially they messaged me, so then I had that like thing in my head, and you know, well, you guys can read it, and I'll talk more about that in just a little bit. But basically I went to my Planned Parenthood thing, like, you know, it all went well. I came out that I'm not pregnant, or with their pregnancy test, but the nurse did tell me that either way I would have to wait like 2 more weeks just to know like if I am 100% like not, or am. Probably by like April I will know like for sure. But up to this point I have not gotten my period. So yeah, but as of now I'm not pregnant. So in a way I was sad, because like I said, like it sucked, like knowing that I did all that for nothing, like the whole relationship. But obviously it was like good, because you know, it's like it wasn't the time yet, you know. It would have been a really sad time if I was too. So I am slightly happy that, you know, but I'm excited and looking forward to like when I am, you know, because I do want to like be like, you know, eventually. But yeah, so just for those of you who are curious about what happened, or like if I was just staying with Tony just because he was the father of, like, you know, our child, but that's not the case. It's because I love him and I want to be with him, and I want to work, you know, things out with him, because he's trying, you know, like he's showing me that he wants to try, or like to make it work, like, and like to even better this whole situation, better himself. So so yeah, it went well. This is some pictures I have from when I went. Afterwards, I was talking with him. I didn't tell him this whole thing at all yet, but I was having a whole ass conversation with the person that I was mentioning before, and I'll show you these screenshots. But it wasn't me who was typing, it was my sister. Like, she was the one having the conversation. She would just be like, oh, is this fine? I'm like, I really don't give a fuck anymore at this point. Like, because, like, I was just done. Like honestly, if the next time, like, that he does anything, like, I'm really hoping he fucking doesn't and keeps true to his word, that he won't ever hurt me again. Like, he should have from the beginning, but, you know, I'm just gonna be done. Like, I'm just gonna laugh and be like, it's over. Like, for good. So, like, that's on him if he wants to risk, like, me out of his life again. Like, because I'm, like I said, I'm fine without him. Obviously, I'm, like, not fine without him, but, you know, especially if he fucking hurts me, like, because I won't ever do anything like that to him. So it's, like, really fucked up. But yeah, so it's, like, I'm just gonna be done. Like, if he is with this person, or, like, if something is going on with them while, like, we're trying to, like, fix, like, us. So it would be ass, but, like, I just laugh about it and be like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this ever again. So she would be messaging this person, and that whole time, and in my head I'm like, well, like, we had planned that we're gonna, like, he was gonna come over or something. Part of me and my sister, we were like, I feel like, and this is, like, for also the other girl, and, like, it's, like, obviously they're venting out how, like, he treated them, but it's, like, I'm not a fucking therapist, I'm sorry, but, like, I'm not, like, I'll listen to your shit and everything, but it's, like, girl, like, if you need to, like, really vent, or, like, take all this out, like, this damage, like, write it in a book or something, like, because what we went through, like, I was in a relationship with him, and, like, he hurt me, like, he hurt something that we had, like, I was literally gonna have, like, I was thinking of forming a family with him, like, you know, being with him for, like, you know, I've always said, like, as long as he wanted me to in his life. So at this point, it's like, if he didn't want me in his life, like, I'm fine, like, you know, because that means that you don't want me, like, in your life. So he was gonna come over, and I told my sister, like, I'm going to talk to him about him. I need to ask him, like, because what this person was saying basically at the end, and also throughout what she said too, it was like, thank you for making that video or whatever. And it's like, I didn't make it for you, girl, like, I made it for myself. Like, all these people are like, obviously, like, I'm grateful for everything, and, like, you know, but it's like, in the end, it's like, obviously I'm doing it to share it to my true, like, followers, my true people, like, my true, like, homies that have been with me since, like, you know, day one too, and obviously the new, like, followers I get, subscribers. But it's like, it's mostly to keep you guys updated on my life, because, like, you know, I love you guys, and, like, you know, my life is, like, out there and everything, and I want it to be out there, you know, but because it helps me, like, a lot grieve and, like, get over, like, a lot of stuff, or, like, at least help with the process of, like, healing. And it's like, I don't know, with these two messages, like, with these two people that message me, it's kind of like I feel like they think we have the connection or something. It's like, in a way, like, nah, not really, because, like, the only connection was that, like, and we all just basically got hurt by, like, the same guy. But, like, I got extremely fucking hurt, because I'm the one that went through this whole fucking shit. Like, I'm the one that this girl, like, messaged Good morning. Okay. Kisses? Cheese.
Hi guys, I'm Molly.
Okay. Okay, and everyone eat this here too. Alright, okay. Okay. My stinky babies. And baby Kai. Okay, alright. 1 second. Ah! Okay. But then, like, so then the whole time my sister was messaging her, like, I was just like, yeah, I literally would just give her my phone. And she is, y'all know her, you know, Leah. She's hella rude. Like, she tells you what's on her mind. She says whatever the fuck, like, she wants to say, like, unfiltered as fuck. I'm a little more, like, respectful and a little more, like, appreciative, or like not appreciative. She's appreciative. Like when the person said oh like and your art is amazing, or and I like your art. I would be like, oh, thank you for saying that. My sister did not thank that person at all, and I'm like, oh, you didn't thank her. It was so funny. But in the end, the person said that because I asked Leah, like, to be like, oh, hey, like, you ask her, like, the date. I need to know the specific date, because if he's fucking around like that, I'm not gonna be with him ever again. And this person told me that they were messaging like 2 to 3 days before his birthday, which would be after the movies, you know, like, not while we were broken. I mean, we were broken up, but it's like, we're like fixing it at this point, you know, trying to fix it. Yeah, I told him I needed more time, but it's not like, it's different, you know? So then I was just like, you know what, this person, like, was also the whole time giving me just, like, funky ass vibes. And my sister said that too, so it's just like, I can't really, obviously, like, no matter what, I can't trust all these people. Like, in the end, like, yeah, like, you know, obviously Tony like, did a super ass shitty thing and hurt me, and, like, you know, obviously made me lose his trust, but that whole time, it's like, I would trust him more than these people. Like, you know, it's like, because of what they were saying. Because obviously I'm trusting that first, like, you know, the girl that, like, you know, started this, you know, that showed me everything, because she sent me hardcore evidence, you know. These people, they're just kind of telling their side of the story, and it's just like, and in the end too, they never sent me screenshots about when they messaged Tony and, like, that whole interaction, so it is very, like, one-sided. So I was just like, you know, in the end, like, and, like, you know, he was gonna come over, so I was like, I'm gonna ask him and, like, talk to him about this, because, like, if it's true, then, like, you know. So I had this whole thing coming in my head, like, a plan, like, I'm just gonna, like, go for it and be like, oh, hey, like, do you think I could, like, I hate to be this person, and this is the first time I've ever done this, and I never want to be this person, like, to, like, do this, but I need to see your phone, like, could I please see your phone, and I need to check, like, your Instagram, I need to check something. And then, you know, I would see if, like, they would have, you know, I would basically know from then on, you know. And then obviously talk to him about it. So whenever, like, my sister would send the person the message, they would reply, and then reply again. 2 minutes later, reply again, and, like, send long ass, like, things. And it's like, it was insane, you know. So it was low key, slightly, like, super easy to get a lot of information out of this person, because they would just go off and off and off. So it was good. But then it was also like, wow, like, you just have, like, a lot on your chest to get out, like, are you going through something too? So I don't know. It was a Friday, I think, after my Planned Parenthood appointment, I believe. He came Friday in, like, the evening-ish, around the time, or super late afternoon. And I didn't tell him until that, like, at night, right? But he came over, and it was, like, you know, it was fun. It was St. Patrick's Day. And basically we celebrated with my dad. We were, like, drinking with him. We'd, like, be playing games, like poker and, like, dominoes. It was really fun. And obviously not 100%, but, you know, I'm happy that he's making the effort to, like, and showing me effort to make new memories and, like, better, like, you know, memories to, like, you know, try to, like, not move on, but, like, how do you say it, like, exactly, so, like, surpass this, like, so we could get through this, like, you know, like, no matter what, it'll be, like, okay in the end, you know. Ah, Marley! You know, when he does a thing, he's just doing something, I don't know, he's just like, yeah, Marlo.
Mama, why didn't you take me to work today? I was expecting me to go out.
Because you went with your auntie.
Oh, my auntie, how you know?
It's basically, it was nighttime, and I was like, oh, like, I need to talk to you about something, like, can I, and then I asked, I also have a super hard time, like, this is really easy for me, because I'm, like, I've been doing this, like, you know, talking to, like, you guys for, like, years now, You know, but like I haven't really let like a person into my life like him or like ever really. So it's super hard for me to like talk about how I feel and like, you know, or what I want, or like you know, my feelings and stuff. So it was really hard to like bring it up, and especially if it's something like this, you know. Like even that whole time we were like talking on at the movies, like it was hard for me to like express like, but like it was a little easier because I was angry and like sad about, or like more angry, and when I'm angry I do let out a little more than I'm used to, you know. But when I'm sad, it's super hard for me to express myself. So I asked him, I was like, I really don't want to do this, like, but I need to like, you know, tell you something. And then he, like, I hate that he always brings up like, he's like, oh, like, either it's for him, it's always like, oh, are you breaking up with me, or you're with someone or something. And it's like no, like I hate it that he says that, but you know, I always have to reassure him that I'm not. But
wait, he says that?
yeah, cause he thought,
even after he cheated on you?
Cause he's dumb. He's always dumb, girl.
Girl, every time he says that, just slap him.
That's what I did. Oh
Yeah, but you're like, no, my mama does this, pow, and he's like, ah, and he wiggles himself.
cause he's fat, huh?
Cause he's chunky, yeah. And he matches with me, my 49ers.
Coraline.
Hi, Coraline.
All right, so then.
Oh, my black cat.
I think the camera got it. Basically, I asked him like, oh, like, can I see your phone? And like I want to check something on Instagram, and he's like, yeah. So like, a part of me was just like, okay, like, you know. But then a part of me was like, oh, he might have deleted everything that he did, you know. But I checked, I opened it, I looked up, you know, if they had a conversation, and then this other girl that I was like, I had like a thing about, but that girl never appeared. I think it was just like a random follower. So I looked it up. I looked up the person that had messaged me, you know, not the first one, but the second one. And basically, it said that the message couldn't be found or whatever. So I think like they blocked each other, or that person blocked him. So I was like, I can't really like. There's no evidence I could see. But then I looked up like, you know, some stuff, and I was just like, okay, like, basically like he's good, like he was cleared, or else I would have been like, I don't even know how I would have reacted, honestly. But then I asked him like, oh, like, who is this person? And then he was like telling me a little bit about them, and like you know, and I kind of knew who they were, but then he reassured me like, no, he reassured me like that's this person. I was like, okay, like, you know, and he was just talking about it. Obviously it hurt. And then I asked him, oh well, because then he asked me like, oh, why did they message you? And then I think I said yes or something, but then I said, I just want to know something, like, did you, like, you know, did you guys message, like, you know, were you guys talking? He was like, yeah. And I asked when, like, for a specific time, like, you know, they just so like know if we were like, you know, if it was during the breakup or while we were trying to fix things. And he told me that it was, well, when we were broken up, because he had put my name in his bio and he took it off, and he's like, he said that, he's like, I remember it because that's when that happened. Like, so it was like basically like when we were broken up. And then I said, okay, because she told me something else. She told me it was after March 9th, after we went to the movies, which was when we were like basically like trying to fix stuff, or like at least like, you know, like that's the next time we saw each other. So it would be like super fucked up if you were like talking to someone else, you know. So there was no way that I could be like, oh, is it, you know, it's like basically his word against hers. So it's like, and then, but I did ask him like, oh, did you like do anything physical with anyone while we were broken up? And he said no, and he would always like he'd be super serious about that, like that he doesn't do stuff like that. So then, I mean, I trust him. So I told him I really want to believe you. So I'm trusting you like that, like, you know, I'm basically like you know, like it's him, like that I'm trusting. So I said, okay, like I trust you, and then I showed him the messages. And I just told him like, oh, like this whole time it was not me texting, it was Leah, just so he could like know, because, you know, like I said, it was a little bit like, we have different messaging, like, obviously she has her personality, I have mine, so it's like a little more harsher, you know, than I would be, but we're not so harsh, like the way that she would actually be, so it would kind of seem like I was still texting. But yeah, so he came over and we talked about it, and it was like, it was better like than I expected, or else I would have just told him to get the fuck out of my house. So it's like the things that like we do now, or things that he did, like, you know, when we were hanging out, it's like, obviously it's not the same, you know, like it's better, but like in like a different way, but like, you know, there's still that constant thing. And then like, you know, like we had conversations, like it's like, you know, but like to further like better the relationship like between like, you know, between everyone. So I could really see that he is trying, and like obviously like it's there's still like a lot more work to do, like on his part, you know. I just really want to be here like and be there to like help him like get through this, like for him to be a way better person than like, you know, because I know he's a really good person. It's just like the stupid shit that he does and says. But yeah, and we had like we painted, and like he got like this cool frame to like place a picture of us that we took like on one of our like last days before we broke up, like that time we broke up. So then we painted that. It was like super cute. It came out really nice. He had the ideas. He was the one that came up with like the whole plan of it, of like how he wants like a turquoise-ish blue like background to be like the grass. He wants to add ladybugs, and then afterwards he wanted to add fish. So it was really nice. And then we had a karaoke night, and it was really fun. It was funny, and I'll include a clip there here too.
Really?
No.
How do you know this song?
I kind of know this song. Are you
So yeah, I'm a kid, and I'm also a goofball, and a wingnut, and a knucklehead Megatron. But most of all, I'm
That was good.
That was good. I don't know what the fuck just happened to me. I was too slow to whip out my phone. What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna just have my phone out.
Just remember, you don't have that recording.
He has a really nice voice, but not like in tune, or he can't really get the pitch correct, but he has a really nice voice. So it's you know, I'm getting like I feel like a little bit like better, you know, obviously every day, like I'm not obviously like I'm way better, but you know, slightly better, like, and I'm also like, you know, not like rushing things too. So it's like feels like a little, you know, obviously we're like starting over basically. So yeah, I'm not pregnant, for those of you asking and like wondering or still curious about that. And like also, if you know, if I did keep the child, it wasn't, or if I was staying with him and like everything, because I would have kept the baby, but it's not because of the baby that I would still be with him. It's because I do genuinely want to be with him, you know, like as a baby himself, and because he is working on everything. So yeah, I just wanted to keep you guys updated that I am happier. Like I'm, you know, I'm way from what like happened from the last video. I am in a way better place now. So emotionally, like, you know, all of that stuff. So yeah, it's just like, thank you guys for those who are supporting, like, you know, me and like my decision. It means a lot, you know, like those people like that are like, no matter what, like I'll support you, like my mom, you know. And also, like, you know, from the beginning of the video, when like I said that, you know, my mom talked like to me and everything, like she was the one also that like changed my mind to like actually go with him, because like I said at first I wanted to go, but then I didn't want to go. She was the one that pushed me more to like wanting to go see him, or like change my mind, you know. So yeah, I'm like grateful for all these people in my life that are like, you know, actually like, you know, helping me and wanting me to be happy and like, you know, content, because, you know, I'm happy with him, and I'm happy I'm with a person who's actively trying to like better like their mistakes, and then wanting to move like forward in like a way better like place, you know, than we were before. So yeah, so I probably won't be making a video about like this relationship or like ever, maybe, hopefully ever, about like about shit that he's done or that I've done or anything. But you might see like, you know, other videos, like couple videos, so like not couple videos, but like couple videos of us or something. But yeah, and I will show you guys the video of my cats next, how when like they devoured like a whole ass chicken. So stay tuned for that. That'll be the next video coming up after this one. So yeah, thanks guys for listening again. Alright guys, so I'll see you guys later.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below, you know, any of like your thoughts or opinions or anything. I'm obviously super grateful to all those people that reached out to me and who have left like super like heartwarming and heartfelt messages about like, you know, that they hope I'm going to be better, like, you know. But yeah, yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye.